I believe college success is just doing the best that you can in all of your classes. It's not necessarily whether you get the A, so long as you're doing your best and you're doing everything that you can to get the A. That's what college success is, because it's just a letter grade eventually, but once you know the material, even if you didn't necessarily get that A right away, you still know what the material is, so that's success for me.
It means a lot of different things, of course, but a lot of it to me is about a student being marketable when they graduate. So I think if that doesn't happen, everybody's failed. Most students come here looking for career opportunities when they graduate, and that's what we'd like to see. It's a high priority.
I've known what I've wanted to do since I think I was 12. I was sitting at EAA watching all the planes fly over, and I'm like, yep, I could design those, that'd be fun. Oshkosh is a pretty small town, and coming to school here, it definitely was somewhat of a culture shock just because of how much bigger Daytona Beach is in general and the faster paced life of college. So my first thought when I came here was definitely overwhelming.
Succeeding in my classes is pretty easy. It's really mostly about following the rules. And students that work hard and follow the rules tend to do pretty well in most of my classes. And making sure that you fill in all the categories, that you don't leave things out. It's true in school and it's true in life. People don't do well in a lot of cases because they just don't do what they're asked to do. And for a teacher, it's easy to take points off for somebody who hasn't attempted part of a problem. It's a lot harder to take points off if somebody makes a good effort and doesn't get it right. Hard work's number one, being committed to doing it and being willing to put in the hours, and then being focused, not doing the hard or thinking you're doing the hard work when you're listening to music or you have friends over, but really committed time to study is number one.
Definitely find a group of people. On the first day of class, find 4 other people, get their phone numbers, emails, and have people you can go talk to when you get stuck on a problem, or you can study together, or someone that might know it better than you. Definitely find people and form a study group almost instantly every class that you get. And then you can usually stick with those people all the way through senior year. So the majority of the kids I study with, I met as a freshman. Not so much professors, but it's just my friends. We always push each other to do better. And a lot of us are perfectionists, probably would be the best word, because nothing's ever good enough. We're constantly trying to redo it, get it closer to the right answer. They've pushed me a lot, but also Larson Motorsports has pushed me a lot because we need to have good grades to be able to work over there.
Oh yes, I've mentored many students at Embry Riddle. Not really fond of the word mentor. I think a lot of us don't really know exactly what that means, but I try to help students find opportunities and serve as a good example. I think that's what most people would take to mean as a mentor. Well, I try to be available for students. I try to make sure that I'm thinking about students in everything that I do, when I'm teaching classes, when I'm talking to people in industry, when I'm talking to other faculty and administrators at the university. It means being student-focused, being an advocate for the students, and then setting a good example for students. I think the Embry Riddle faculty, more than any place I've ever been associated with or familiar with, are committed to student success, or willing to work one-on-one with students, really do care about the students and view that as the first priority of the university. Clubs benefit students in a variety of ways. The amount of benefit and the type of benefit varies a lot. So there are social clubs that have positive aspects, but to me they're usually not as valuable as more academically focused clubs. In an academically focused club, there are opportunities to express leadership skills, to work as part of a team, and those are available in other clubs as well. But then there's also the opportunity to apply and learn new technical skills, to work with people in industry. In some clubs, there are great opportunities to compete against other universities and organizations and demonstrate the quality of our work and our students. And I think that's pretty important.
At Larson, we build jet engine drag race cars. We started to build them from scratch starting last year. So we bend the metal, we weld it together, we have a chassis frame and everything like that. Then we put all the wiring in, the fuel lines, brake lines, engine, all of the car. So we build it from scratch all the way up. That's what we do over there. It gives you an outlet to kind of use your skills that you're learning in class and see where they come in the real life. And it also just gives me a release because working on something with my hands I've done it for forever now. So it's something that I like to do, and it lets me forget about going to school for a while. So it helps keep the stress level down.
Now, the formulas for being successful in life is pretty much the same. It's work hard and follow the rules and try to be a good citizen and a good person. And sometimes it's seeing trying to see the viewpoint of other people, seeing things as other people see them. That can be the hardest part. But there's no magic formula. It's all pretty simple. It's hard work and commitment and being a good person.
I think some people get unsuccessful just because a lot of people have this idea that you go to college and you party all the time and you'll still do fine, which definitely isn't true. I mean, I live 5 miles from the beach, and this is the first year that I've seen it during school. So I mean, when I'm at school, I buckle down, I get everything done, and then fun stuff later. But some people, I feel, just get caught up with oh, let's go party, let's go to the beach, let's do this, let's do that. And it just kind of interferes with them being able to get their workload accomplished.
Well, students are unsuccessful. In my personal experience is usually students are unsuccessful when they don't put the effort in, they don't put the time they need into studying, they don't spend time with their faculty when they need help. Again, it's a pretty simple formula. It all follows, I think, the same pattern that hard work and commitment and a passion for what you're doing usually adds up to success. You're not going to get an A on every test, so I think that has to be an understanding that things are like college can be tough, life can be tough. But I think if you consistently work hard and stick at it, you'll be successful in the long run.
I think it's important to be successful in college because it gives you a work ethic and it gives you the ability to deal with a lot of stuff at one time, because you'll have 6 different assignments. They're all due on different days. You have tests, you have quizzes. So you're remembering when everything is due, when your quizzes and tests are. It gives you the ability to divide your workload to make sure everything gets done on time. So it just prepares you for the workforce or whatever you're going to do in life, I think.
Being successful in college is the obvious precursor to having career opportunities. Somebody who has a poor record in college, who doesn't build a reference set, who doesn't have people who can recommend them, probably is going to have trouble with that first entry-level job. And your career is an investment. The more money you make, the better the position you have when you graduate, probably the more successful you're going to be in 10 years, in 20 years. We see that over and over again. There are exceptions, but that's the pattern.